Welcome to the next episode of Two Pizzas in a Pod, brought to you by Luigi's Pizza, home of the best pizza in Revere. I'm Scott.
Cast. You forgot the cast.
I did forget the cast, yes, but I'm glad you remembered the cast.
That's why I'm here, right?
No, that's it. So as I said, I'm Scott. I think as I'm thinking through the episodes, I'm not sure if I actually said who I am. Obviously, people know who you are. You know, Justin from the island.
Do they watch a particular program on a random Wednesday night?
On a random Wednesday night,
yeah,
they watch that show.
Weeks.
What's that?
Only like a few weeks.
3 weeks.
Yeah.
3 weeks would be total.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's not this episode. It may be coming up soon. Who knows? You never know.
We'll see.
But
today's episode is
Behind the Counter. That's it.
Sponsored by
Luigi's Pizza.
Home of the
what?
best pizza in Revere.
How many times?
2-time winner, reigning champ.
What happened after that?
The contest mysteriously disappeared.
So you are the reigning champ forever and ever.
Forever and ever.
Absolutely.
Will they ever bring it back? We don't know.
Who knows? But I mean,
Hopefully
if they do, as we've said many times, Luigi's Pizza is the best pizza in Revere. 616
With the
Bev in Revere. So if you're there, gotta go to the beach, grab a slice, and go see them. What else do we have? We're wearing our wonderful.
Oh, lovely.
We're wearing our uniforms.
I love my hoodie. I really do.
I do. I really like the hoodie.
A little
too.
different than the black, but
I think the green
nice.
hoodie. The hoodie is really nice. So we got these, and you can get the beautiful swag. You can at Luigi's.
It's a famous shirt.
Yeah, this is actually the most popular one. People love this one.
I can't keep them on the shelves.
What's that?
I can't keep them on the shelves.
No, because people saw that on the show, so they go nuts over this one.
Kinda.
Well,
Sorry
for like 3 weeks
Yeah.
they started. After that, they forgot what was going on. What the hell was that thing again? I thought I did
Pizzazz.
something. Pizzazz. Pizzazz. Yeah. But so you can actually go to Luigi's and purchase this, or you can go to
Luigi's.itemorder.com.
our friend
Rich from Elite Embroidery in Winthrop.
Love you, Rich.
We love Rich.
Thank
Not
you very much.
sponsor,
Not a sponsor. No,
brief.
we don't want you to. Who knows? Never know. So this week's episode is Behind the Counter.
Well, before we start, I'm noticing that there's been a beverage shortage here.
Well,
What
Juice
happened to
Box
our
Boy
friend?
did well last week.
That was really good.
But again, I brought the water, and I don't
I
see
saw
anything.
that. Thank you.
You're welcome, of course, because we get parched. We talk a lot.
We
get
do.
parched.
Absolutely.
Oh, hold on. Wait a minute. What do we see here?
I came prepared.
What's coming? Juice Box Boy is
Oh, what a
delivering.
twist.
There it is.
Wait, what kind
Thank
of juice
you,
is that?
Juice Box Boy. I don't
Cranberry?
know. I think it might be. We're
Thank
gonna
you.
have to do the taste test.
Oh, it's very warm.
Thank you, Juice Box Boy.
Someone needs to hydrate.
Yes, very much so. By the way, last week's episode, it was not a urine sample. We were very careful.
I don't know about this one.
This one, we're not sure.
I might pass.
Whoop. Looks like he already did pass. he passed something. I'll take the sip.
I'm going to let you do that.
Okay. Asparagus. Yep, he's been.
Yeah,
Yep,
okay.
a little
It's
cauliflower.
very
taste.
foamy.
Very foamy. Yep, very frothy.
Yeah, okay.
Very good.
I will stick to the water.
No, that was wonderful.
But
So
thank
you, Juice Box Boy, doing a good job. Appreciate it. Pretty soon they may actually find out your real name. As always, our CEO is here. Juliana is hello, and we almost didn't have our engineer.
Well, he's in his defense. He worked several jobs.
So
He's
he
kind of
was
like a side gig at this point.
a little babyish and took a little nap and almost didn't make the shoot. But now he's here. He's behind the board. So David, thank you for
Well rested.
well rested. Yeah, thank you for showing up. Appreciate it. So we're going to talk about tonight's episode is going to be behind the counter, just like stories of the fun and excitement that actually goes on behind the counter.
And we have so much fun every day, don't we?
We do. It just seems like, but the best time, the most fun.
Oh, you can't beat it.
Is Sunday nights for the close. It's the most amazing time to go.
I really can't think of a better time that I would want to be at Luigi's myself, to be honest with you.
If I'm going to go to Luigi's in Revere at 616 Winthrop Ave, I'm going to go Sunday night for the close.
Why would that be, Scott? I have to ask you.
I think there's somebody behind the counter.
Really? Behind the counter and the camera.
And the camera.
Oh, we should
who would be there?
amend the episode.
Our CEO.
If my
My
handwriting wasn't
future
awful,
daughter-in-law, Gianna. Oh my God! Wow, I just called her sister's name.
Oh, God. Wow. What happens to my wedding invite?
I think I just got disinvited from the wedding.
I don't know. You might just call it off. God almighty. Now we're going to go to the dentist.
So she just whacked her tooth on the mic.
The good thing Gianna is a dental hygienist.
And now that we bring it up, Gianna is a dental hygienist. You can go see her. You know I love you,
Is
Julie.
that why you call me Gianna?
I do because I have a toothache. It's just because I have a
What's the
toothache.
sponsorship?
So I want a sponsorship from her dentist office. I apologize. You know I love you to death. And I also love your sister. And if her doctor wants to sponsor the podcast, then we can do an episode
to
dedicated
get the
to
wedding in 2 friggin' mouths.
Gone.
Right then and
Gone. Right down the drain. Down the
What is the
toilet.
insurance policy on that?
We have a very small budget as it is.
I know, I can see the friggin' juice.
So, I mean, the crappy juice that we get from Juice Box Boy, who just, like,
You can keep the bottle next week.
he just keeps pissing in different bottles. That's the problem. If we just keep getting, like,
At least this one was taller.
and it was colder.
Has
too.
a
Last
wider
week's was-
opening.
last week's was warm.
mine is not cold.
Okay, that's a problem. Then be careful with that one because God only knows what that's all about. Behind the counter. Crazy things go on behind the counter. You've had a ton of people come through there who've worked behind the counter. I've worked behind the
You
counter.
have.
I was a bartender for a bunch of years. Juliana works behind the counter.
Good catch.
Your Aunt Bobo.
Yeah, we love Bobo.
Love
She's
Bobo.
been there since the beginning.
Yep, she's
Off
been there
and
a
on.
long time off and on. She's phenomenal. There were a couple other characters.
Auntie Karen.
Auntie Karen
Auntie
works behind the
Josie.
counter. Yep.
My boy Pete.
I have.
Shout out to Pete.
All right,
Shout
shout
out
out to
Pete.
Pete.
Shout
Shout
He
out to Pete.
delivers and he's behind the counter.
He does
Never stops.
everything.
He's
Does
everybody's
everything.
favorite delivery boy. They always ask for him.
No, there you go. See, so there you go. That's perfect. But someone I have to bring up that we have to talk about, who's no longer with us,
Who is it?
Ralphie.
Oh, not Ralphie.
Oh my God, Ralphie. So now, story about Ralph. He was there for so long. He was there for so long.
He was kind of like, if my dad was Batman, he was kind of Robin.
Absolutely.
If Robin had like 2
1000%.
left feet and like 3 feet tall.
And many problems.
Yeah, I just like fucked almost everything.
Yeah. Was fucked from day one. Yes.
Yeah, Gotham City would have been burnt to the ground.
But honestly, deep down, had a heart of gold.
He really did. He treated me like I was his own son, his own nephew. Like he really was.
He
a
loved
good
you and
guy.
your brother.
He was very good to us.
And he loved my 2 boys because
He really did.
you guys would come into the store. You guys would go all the time, and he was always there. Like I felt like he was always there. He was just amazing. He was so funny.
He'd have to sleep in the back. He didn't want to go home. And it was like, granted, he wasn't that far from like the restaurant.
He
so it's
lived.
like-
He lived up the
He
street.
lived right up the street.
in an
Yeah.
apartment, like literally. He actually.
You could throw a rock and hit it.
Yes.
Or a dough ball. We'll keep it.
We'll keep it pizza themed. Yeah, we throw a dough ball, hit it. I lived up the street. He lived literally like 4 houses down.
Yeah.
Up the street. He would walk past my house to go to Luigi's.
work, yeah.
I would hide because you didn't want to have to if you don't
Yeah, I
want to
don't
see
blame
him.
you on that.
But he was hysterical. He liked to gamble. He loved to play the ponies. Him and your dad would go
God.
to the Suffolk Downs a lot.
They would go to Suffolk Downs. They go to Rockingham. They go to Atlantic City.
Yep.
They would go anywhere
Yep.
where there was a horse that you could place a wager on.
Correct.
You would find them there.
Yes.
And that was like the bare minimum. It didn't matter what time zone, what state, what border.
They were there.
They were there.
They were there. Yep. And he didn't really have a shift. Like he was just there.
Oh yeah,
Ralphie was always just there. He knew everything about that store.
he really did. And I got to tell you, I don't know if you remember. This predated me and predated all of us.
Mhm.
There was a Regina in the North End, not the North End. It's still there. Regina in Faneuil Hall.
Okay.
The one underneath Faneuil Hall. It was a downstairs location.
I don't remember that.
Okay. So he used to like, I don't know if he ran it there or if he was just like the pizza maker, but literally like pump out like 400 or 500 pizzas a night. And the place was like hell on earth. Like
Really?
150 degrees. Like he would come out like, you ever watch like when UFC fighters,
Yeah.
they have to like cut weight. So they'll like go in the sauna, like they'll cover themselves in like that like tinfoil looking suit.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Yep.
he would
Yep.
drop like 15 pounds. and
Are
just
you
come out.
serious?
Oh yeah, he would lift his arms up like you could wring his shirt out and fucking like you could see all the sweat. It was that bad.
How come he didn't make pizzas at Luigi?
Oh, he did. He did for years.
Oh.
How do you think we won those best pizza awards?
Oh.
Because of Ralphie.
Exactly.
Oh, I thought he was the delivery driver.
He did everything.
No,
he
he
did
did
everything.
everything.
He really did. He was working the front counter. When I was working there, I was doing deliveries in the back. He was in the front counter. And then, I mean, the kid just did everything. He really did. He would just randomly show up. Like, he would just randomly appear.
And he was never like completely in uniform.
No.
I feel like he made attempts. Like he would have a red
He
shirt
did. He did.
sometimes or a black shirt.
Right.
None of which said Luigi's on it.
No, as
But
long
like-
as it was just the color. So the uniforms back then were not these awesome pizza shirts that you can get at Luigi's, by the way, but they were actually a polo shirt with the
Yep.
Luigi's logo.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah,
The red one.
The red
Yes.
polo shirt with the Luigi's logo. That's what we wore when you were working the counter. And Ralphie would maybe wear it once a week, and then he would get sort of a reddish shirt.
Yeah, he matched like the primary color scheme,
Yes,
but it was not a Luigi shirt. And then he
No.
would like his hat too would always change.
the hat too would
Suffolk
always
Downs
change.
hat. He had a Dodgers hat. He said he took it from Derek Lowe, which I don't know. There's like
He would lie.
that's
He would
yeah.
lie
I mean
a
that's
lot.
up in the air. Derek Lowe's a World Series. Was he the MVP of 04?
I don't know
Can
if
we
he
get a
was
fact
MVP.
check on that real
Do a
quick?
fact check on MVP.
Can you-
See if
can you
Derek
check
Lowe was the
04
MVP.
World Series MVP. And then if that was not the case, then we need a 2004 ALCS MVP. So I know
so it's twofold. It's twofold.
it's twofold, but he won one award, like a significant award. I don't know which one it was. And Ralphie's like,
2004 World Series MVP was Manny Ramirez of the Boston.
oh, I thought that was
Red
07.
Wow,
God,
interesting.
That's bad for
That's
me.
not good.
All right, what about the ALCS MVP in 04? Do you know that?
And you're wearing a fucking Boston Red Sox hat right
I know.
now. And you have
Well,
no
they're not
idea
sponsoring
what
us.
the hell's going on.
David Ortiz.
Oh, shit.
Jesus,
I'm,
you suck right
yeah,
now.
I'm batting 0 for 2.
Dude, what the hell?
Imagine if I had
Right,
dice in front of me,
what's
too.
his name? David Lowe?
Derek Lowe.
Oh,
David Lowe. That's his distant
At least we
cousin.
are collectively batting 0. It's a team effort tonight.
There goes the Red Sox sponsorship. Yeah, that's that one. We just our sponsors are dropping like flies.
Yeah, we
here.
won't be at Fenway
No,
or have any juices.
No,
So
no,
they
no,
got
we're
as
done.
well.
Well, no, you so relax back there. We got the juice. We got the juice. We're
Well,
ready.
regardless, Ralphie told me that whatever award Derek Lowe won, his first course of action after winning said award was
Yep.
to remove the hat off his head and give it to Ralphie.
Come on, he actually
Yeah,
said that
but-
story.
yes.
oh,
Exactly.
Oh, I
He
think
was awarded the Thomas A. Yockey Red Sox MVP honor.
All right,
okay.
so it was some
alright, so
MVP.
he
okay.
his MVP
He was
award.
inducted into the Hall of Fame as well in 2018.
Okay,
Okay.
so and also in my defense, I was 9 years old when this happened.
Oh yeah, no. I'm
So
not
I
gonna,
feel
we're not
like-
gonna hold you to anything.
Okay,
Yeah,
I'm still batting 0 though.
yeah, terrible.
Okay,
terrible.
all right, yeah. So I'm
and
like,
Ralphie actually told you that he got the
yes,
hat
off his head.
from him.
But you know what makes no sense because it was a Dodger hat. So why would a Red Sox MVP present him with a rival hat on the opposite coast?
Because that's Ralphie.
None of it makes any sense.
No.
But I bought it. I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. Knowing that farewell, he is on the Red Sox pitching, actively pitching.
Yes.
So that's one Ralphie story. Do you have any other Ralphie stories?
Oh my God! I mean, we could be here all night talking about Ralphie stories. The funny part is, like, your mom would torture him. Like, she would hold him accountable, try to hold him accountable, where your dad would just kind of let him just be a free spirit. And it was just a Donnybrook every time.
She
like,
said though the dynamic had to be that way because you had like the chaotic good,
Yes.
but also like the law abiding like things have to be done a certain way.
yeah, no, we had. I mean, he didn't follow any
It was
rules.
a healthy mix.
Yeah, no, he followed
Well,
zero
no.
rules. Oh my God, it was terrible. Poor Ralphie, God bless him. He's no longer with us, but he was absolutely a character from behind the counter from my day. Another person we could talk about. We won't talk about Jerry with delivery driver Jerry. We were talking to him before we started shooting.
Absolutely.
He was comical. He was funny.
He was another one who was very funny, but he always had like something else going on. I feel like the Luigi's thing was like his like side quest.
Yep.
And then like everything else was like part of the main story. So it was like, he had to do this to complete to 100% the game.
Yep.
But like
Yep.
he really didn't care too much about it.
No, he could kill us. He honestly could kill us. He brought his brother into work so he could avoid working even more. Jerry knew the best deliveries to take. He was that bad. He knew like which one were the best tippers, and he would always take. I don't know if I don't know if he probably Frank still does because Frank changes nothing. So the pattern of the drivers is like if I'm in first, whoever comes in second and then comes in third, that's the order of the
We
deliveries.
still try to adhere to that.
So
I don't
always-
even need a fact check on that.
I thought it was always just like if I take the next delivery in Point of Pines, like from there on out, like anything on the way, like I'll take like and then
No.
the next driver, if you're going to Winthrop, like you take the one.
No.
Well, it depended on how many drivers were on that night.
We
too.
always had three. When I was
Yeah.
working, we had three drivers,
That's
so
what
we
we
would do
usually
a
do.
round robin. If I came in, say I came in first, second, third, I would take the first set of deliveries, no matter where they were going. They would go, and I would take next one, boom. And then when I came back from my delivery, I was next in line, and we would go like that. Jerry always knew the best houses to deliver to because the regulars, always order.
Oh, yeah.
And they tipped. He knew the ones that tipped good, so he would always like, oh no, I'll take that one. And I was like, what are you talking about? Like, wait a minute, what? And I didn't want to be a jerk or anything because I was kind of new, and I didn't want to pull the I know Frank card. You know what I mean? I mean, they knew who I was.
You could have drawn that from the deck if you really wanted to.
I could have, yeah.
Oh my god, I do it all the time. I'm like, let me text Justin. I'm like, are you sure? All right, let me ask Justin, and then they tell me the right answer.
Wait, so in a sense, am I your fact checker at that point?
I guess so.
Kinda.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's pulling
In
the
a
owner
way.
card. She's pulling the owner card big time. But he would always do that. And then his brother started working. He brought his brother, and it was hysterical. Jerry had two cars. He had a really, really nice Toyota truck.
Oh, yeah,
beautiful.
the lifted one.
The lifted
Yeah.
one was nice. But he wouldn't use that for deliveries.
Nope.
He had a beat-up Toyota, like a Corolla.
The little red one.
Yep, the little
That's
all
what
beat
I
up.
remember.
And I used to say to him, why do you have two cars
It
here?
had like 3 doors. That was
Yes,
it.
yeah, it was
and
bad.
it looked like someone took a baseball bat to the like angrily. Like that person was not batting 0. That person was batting 1,000, winning a Silver Slugger, ALCS World Series MVP.
Yes,
For
yes.
sure. Just like beating the shit out of that fucking door.
Oh, it was terrible. It was beat to shit. And his answer to me always was, I get better tips with a bad car. So that was back in the days when you fucking had to have, I had a map. Not a GPS. I had a paper
Oh my god,
map.
you guys run the
Trying to-
number system, right?
Everything was the number system
Yes.
on the wall.
Yeah.
There was a huge map, so it would be one
You don't know
zone.
The map is still
The map
out
is
there.
still there, but the system has been thankfully scrapped.
What's the system?
Oh, it
Every
was
neighborhood had a
brutal.
number attached to it,
It was
which was
brutal.
it was like binary code, but for like idiots. Like, and not meaning
was
that
me.
like no, not like the employees were idiots. Like the people who started that system were like
Who started the system?
single digit IQ. I will refrain from answering who started the system. But it's like, oh, this section of the city
Would you like to
is
guess?
It was Frank. Or was it? Or was it you?
No.
wow, taking shots at you.
I'm not bright.
That's because you had her pegged as her sister.
Yeah, that's right. I'm not bright,
What?
though. I'm not bright.
What's oh?
Nothing.
No.
Oh, okay. That wasn't a fact check.
You're
No,
fine.
it was
Keep
like
going.
I forgot about that. And thanks for bringing
Oh,
it back up.
oh
Justin.
shit. Now I'm in the wrong.
No,
But
the system.
anyway-
What is it? Yeah, what is this code?
So it would be like, oh, this portion of like East Boston is number 1.
Yep.
But like this portion directly south of East Boston, which is literally like, I don't know, a 2 or 3 minute drive, is number 7. Like, in what world does that make any sense?
And why were the numbers significant?
I have
Because
no idea.
it would be like, oh, this number is associated to this zone. So try to take orders that are within this. But then it's like you have this whole string of numbers like, oh, well, like 1, 6, and 10 are like very close by. So I'll take those. You take 2, 12, and 17.
They were written on the slip.
Literally.
Everything was
There's
written
that
on the
little
slip.
box at the bottom of our delivery slips.
That was where you put
That's
the
what it
zones.
was for.
That's
So
where you
for
put the
those who
zones.
don't know, it goes, your address is here, your phone number, the time you call, if you have like a floor apartment number, if it's a single family house, your order, the price, the total, and then there's a box at the very bottom. And that's where the number would go.
And now we just put the letter.
you just put R, W,
Revere with it.
yeah, East Boston, like whatever. Like, doesn't that make way more sense than sitting there trying to figure out a freaking algebra equation when you have a million people in front of you?
Figure out how to spell the names of the streets. Never mind what number zone.
Yep, we did it by zones. And God bless Jerry though. He knew it cold.
Oh, he knew it, yeah. And he told me that was the only time he ever studied for anything.
He knew that shit cold. I would ask him.
It wasn't even that.
It's the Luigi's AP test. The numbers system drove him insane.
Yeah.
But he's like, I'm done with this place. I gotta get out of here.
He knew it cold. I mean, I'd be like, Jerry, what this street is, let's just say like Sigourney Street. Oh yeah, Zone 5. Like, wait, what?
Literally. Yeah, no, it was honestly impressive. You could like just call on him. He was like a walking delivery encyclopedia.
Yeah.
Which was like really impressive. He knew where every street was. Not only like where it was like
I need that. I need that now.
Yeah, but do you want the number associated with it?
No, but I need him to tell me where all the streets are.
He knows it cold, man.
He does,
was good.
I think he still does know it.
I mean, I would call him on the side. I'd be lost. I lived in Revere my entire life.
This was before GPS too.
I had the stupid map. I literally had a map that I would flip through in my car. I would either call Jerry or call my wife when I got lost. In Revere, that I grew up in my entire life, would get lost in streets. I got lost doing a delivery in Beachmont. The house was fucking around the corner from where I lived. And I had no idea what the street was. 30 minutes it took me to find it.
But honestly, though, I feel like you had an excuse because, like, that was way before, like, the advent of, like, remember, like, the Garmin's you'd put, like, on your dashboard or, like, on your windshield. And, like, that would tell you where to go. Granted, like, they were, like, not user-friendly, but at least, like, oh, if I type this in, it'll show me kind of, like, the vicinity of where I need to go. Or, even better, like, the direct location as the software got better.
Yes.
And now it's, like, everything's on the phone. You have, like, a myriad of apps. You can use whatever you want.
Yeah, but I don't know any name to any street in Revere.
No, nothing. I don't know nothing.
But I feel like you don't need to, though.
Yeah, but
you know
people, when I'm writing out the slip,
when she's taking the orders, yeah.
They think I'm an idiot because they're like, I'm like Revere or Winthrop. They're like right up the street from you.
Yeah.
Like, okay.
So I will defend you on this.
Cookies? I don't know.
You want a cookie? I love
But there is crossover. You've seen that.
There is,
There's
yes.
Crest Ave in multiple cities. There's Main Street in multiple cities.
Yes.
How many Broadways are there?
Oh God, everywhere.
Never ends. So it's like, okay, well, in that sense, let's do it this way. Like, oh, like, is a flow chart. Like, all right, what's the name of your street? Like, where are you guys living? Oh, is that here, here, or here? There's only, 3 options.
Right.
So, and if they get mad, you'd be like, oh, well, I don't want it to go to, like, the wrong place.
I just say I have to write it down every time. Just tell me.
Do you guys still adhere by you don't deliver to North Revere?
What's your definition of North Revere?
I don't. Because I don't know where North Revere is. I don't know what streets are North Revere.
So you go past the Harley dealership.
Yep.
And you go, when you're going go past the fire station.
Yeah.
That's still Revere back there.
Yeah.
That's.
We do not go there.
But the funny thing is, that used to be the rule, but it would always stretch. It would always stretch.
Oh.
Yeah.
Right.
So when we would get calls, it depended on who was working behind the counter.
Yeah, that's legit me. If I'm working and you. Yeah, I don't want to tell you to, but if you live in North Revere and I'm there on Sunday and you order, I'm not gonna know.
You ain't getting it.
Well, I feel like though it's very circumstantial. Like if it's a slower night and someone calls, I'm like, all right, I'll always check with the driver. And I say to myself like, oh, like, do you want to take this? It's out of our like delivery zone,
right?
But it's like you haven't had an order in like a last like half hour, and it's like, oh yeah, I'll take that. Or it's like, oh, I have 4 other ones, I can't take it.
Mm-hmm.
So that stuff I'll play with. Yeah. What I never got was like, we're so close to parts of Chelsea, like
we really are,
and it's so closer than like half the places we deliver to. So it's like, why can't we just like go there? But my dad's like, no, like this is our area. Like we're very strict on this.
Very strict. Get the fuck out of here. Very strict. Hold on. I can remember times when he was back there, and he would answer the phones, and I'd be delivering. He'd be like, Scott, yeah, deliver this for me. Like, frig, I'm not
Where
up.
was it, New Hampshire?
It was like friggin', it was like the furthest point of Revere, down Point of Pines, where nobody wants to go down Point of Pines. But your father would not say no to deliveries. Because he'd try. They'd be like, oh, he's like, oh, no, I'm sorry, we don't deliver there. And then all of a sudden, you'd see his face. And then, you know what they're saying on the other end. Oh, but I really love your food, and I really love it. Then you'd be like,
that's what gets them.
Oh, well, where you live.
That's what gets
exactly.
All right,
so if you're listening to this in Florida, Oregon, Texas, you call, you get my father on the phone, you say, oh, I really like your food, will you deliver?
He'll fly it down.
And,
he'll get one of the guys to fly it down.
He'll bring it.
He'll do it. Yeah, he'll fly it down there.
Actually, there is an app. It's called Goldbelly, and you can order. Like,
I got a big belly. Bum, bum, bum.
You can order like Carlo's Bakery or whatever, like in New Jersey. You can order it, and they'll ship it to you.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like Chicago deep.
Should look into that.
Yeah.
Well, I
It's
have
wicked
gotten
expensive.
questions.
It's wicked expensive.
So that's something I did look into because people are now like want to taste Luigi's, but they are like all around the country or even like the globe.
Yeah.
So it's like, how can I get it there when our delivery area is only restricted to these 17 numbers?
17 zones.
Well, here's a question though on that though. I got a question about that.
It's expensive.
I can imagine, but how do you I mean, you obviously cook the food, and then you ship it.
I don't know if you do
comes
cook it though.
frozen.
Yeah.
Like, say for example, like
I think you
get-
like it's like a dry ice thing, right?
if you get like Chicago deep dish pizza,
Yep,
it comes like you have to put it in the oven once you get it.
got it. So you would prep the pizza deep,
Probably like shrink fry,
Like-
like shrink wrap it or
and
something
then
like
send
that.
it out
Yeah.
to them that way.
Preserve it in
I don't know if
such
that
a
would be-
way.
I don't know if that would be the same taste.
I don't think it would, but I do think like
Not that I'm dissing their product.
no, and my biggest thing is like when you come to Luigi's, I think it's best if you eat it there.
I agree.
Like I just think like that's so true of anywhere. I think so much can go wrong like with delivery, like if you pick something up, if you make an errant turn, or if you hit a curb, like somebody in this room, the same curb every time she pulls out of the same
God,
parking
there's
lot.
a curb.
No, hold that. Hold
Somebody
that
might have hit
thought.
the curb, when we were driving earlier today.
Delivered a pizza that fell off my front seat,
Oh yeah.
and the whole thing slid.
Did you open up? It was like an accordion.
I
like, on the
did, and I
seat?
just shook it in the box, and it fell. Delivered it.
Wait, did it work?
No, they called.
okay, I was gonna say.
No, they called, and I just got.
This was just like a bad magic trick.
Oh, I was like, I don't know what happened. No, I
Like one of those like knockoff like Vegas
Scott, did you
shows.
deliver this? Yeah, it was fine when I gave it to them. I had no idea. It was the hotel. It was a hotel down the street.
Yeah.
That everybody wanted the
I
everybody
bet I
wanted the
know
hotel.
what curb you hit. Yep. Because there's a curb right next to Luigi's, and they literally actually this last year made the sidewalk thicker, more into the street.
It sounds like she's making excuses.
I think we have to work on someone's peripheral vision.
I think we need to fact check that, but not by the fact checker, by somebody else.
Or like maybe like an
Hold on. Juice Box Boy is up. We got the fact check.
Is it juice?
Sit down. Sit down.
What do you say?
He said I'm a bad driver, but Justin, what do you think?
Oh no, she is a good driver. As
She's a
long
good
as it's a
driver,
straight road that doesn't have any jutting out curves, she's like
Just that
the
one
best.
curve.
Like she could be like a stock car driver, like a NASCAR. Like you have several different careers.
Taking a left turn. Taking a left turn.
If it's a right turn, it's over.
She's done?
The car's
She's gonna go that
flip.
way.
Oh yeah, it's over.
So another behind the counter story. I used to love when your mom would come in.
Yeah,
Your mom working behind the counter was fun.
but she would run that like it was like the Navy. Like that
Oh yeah,
was-
no,
yeah.
she was like that. I mean, there was
You think I'm on
no.
top of stuff, Julie? Like no, like I'm very very lax compared to my mother.
Please do tell more.
So Frank would come in and you could walk all over Frank. Again, love him to death, but Frank feels bad for everybody. He's got an amazing heart. To a fault, actually.
Yeah.
To a fault. Like he does electrical work. He'll find somebody. Somebody will say, "Hey, I haven't eaten in 3 days. I can do electrical." He'll have Justin pick him up, drive him to the house, and do electrical work in his house.
He'll then tie the cords like he's tying like a shoelace.
Like you said, yeah, and then say to him, "All done," and Frank will be like, "Oh my God, that's amazing! Thank you so much."
You'll turn the light on, it'll just explode.
They have a beautiful home. They remodeled it. It took 12 years.
Yeah,
Because
it spanned 3 presidential administrations. Legitimately, 3 of them.
because Frank has a very, very soft spot for people who need help. If they were out of work and they had a skill, and skill stretching. Some
Yeah, I was
of
gonna say,
some of them
And they
skill
say
stretching.
They have a skill.
Sometimes
Yeah, they say
it
it.
was on the job training,
Yes, yes.
and we were the teachers.
Yeah. Yep. So Candy would not give a shit. Could kill us. Go get the stepping. Bye-bye. Leave. She runs that place like she's in the Navy, and it's you. When she came in, people snapped. It was amazing. It was awesome.
But I think
she needs to come in now more often.
I do think the difference is with her though is that like if someone like genuinely needed help or assistance, she does have like a very soft spot for that.
She has amazing. Another one has a very She's a very tough exterior.
Exactly.
But she's a teddy bear inside.
But if it's warranted, like someone who actually does need help, or like, you know, you're down in your luck or whatever, like she will go out of her way to help you.
Yes.
But if you're just like being lazy, cutting corners, she's got no sympathy for you. And
No,
she'll tell
zero.
you like, straight up. She will not sugarcoat it. Like my father will kind of like beat around it, and you know he'll be like very good with his language. She'll just tell you like, no, like let's cut the shit. Like we gotta get to work.
Oh yeah, she'll cut your knees out. Boom, done. Done. She could care less. She's awesome like that. And you can't bullshit Candy.
No,
there's no.
I've tried myself. I'm also batting zero on that. So at least I'm staying consistent in my average.
There's zero bullshitting Candy.
MVP.
Yeah, exactly.
That like
put me in the Dodgers.
Ralphie still got that hat from the guy who was on the Red Sox, but he got a Dodgers hat. But that's neither here nor there. Yep. No. So when Candy would come in, she would work behind the counter. She was awesome with the customers, but you couldn't bullshit her. The employees couldn't bullshit her.
No, nothing
got past her. She would make sure everything got done the right way. All the numbers on the cups were written down right.
Oh God.
So she would definitely
How
be.
do you mess that up? What do you mean? Right?
You'd be surprised.
The simple tasks are what get you. That's like the real. That's the real target. Yeah. You want to talk predators? It's taking a Sharpie to the bottom of a.
Legit was in Luigi's the other night, and Justin showed me the bottom of a cup. He showed me cup number 11.
I wonder what delivery zone that is.
I don't. Oh God, I blocked that out.
We'll have to figure that out.
We gotta figure that out.
We can get Jerry on
Delivery zones.
Can we get Lifelines, like another show, like Phone a Friend? We'll call him in. We'll put him on.
Yes, we can do that. We'll make a phone call.
We'll do a quiz.
So if we're talking about my day, we got to talk about Pizza Maker Saul.
Oh, how can we not?
I mean, come on.
He was the best.
He made a good pizza.
He made a hell of a pizza, and he was like truly a one-man band.
Yeah.
Like that guy had everything down. I was so impressed with him growing up, seeing how he would like have dough made, all the prep done. He'd make lasagna. He'd have all the ordering, all the scheduling, and like this is before like the doors were even open.
Yep.
And it's like all this was done, and then he's like, all right, now we can focus on just like making like the best product possible.
Yeah.
And like that was something that I always like wanted to emulate because I saw my parents do it, and it's very hard for somebody to come in there who doesn't have like a stake in the business. You know, granted, to them it's just a job. We're giving them an opportunity for just to showcase their skills, or if it's something that they've always wanted to do.
Right.
Grow on a roll. He treated the place like it was his own.
Yes.
And that to me, I just always had like so much respect for him and his work ethic. And I was like, I always wanted to do that whenever I got the opportunity to.
Yeah. He was amazing. He did did an amazing job. And it's funny you say that because I do see a lot of his technique in you when you're doing your videos.
The same kind of
kind of just that muscle memory, that same steps, the way he did it, the way you spin the sauce with that was him.
One scoop, one movement.
One movement. It was amazing when I watched the videos, and that's why I brought it up because I was thinking about that. He did it the exact same way.
The same way.
And I could tell that you watched him, and your father does it like that too.
The same way.
So he got it from your dad.
But you know what's funny? He never wanted help. Like no matter what, he could be swamped with orders. The whole board would be filled.
Yep.
One guy 3 pizzas, another lady 4 pizzas, a delivery for like a school or a basketball team. 10 pizzas. He'd be like, I got it. Like let's just get through this, bang it out. He would make the pizza, put it in the oven, watch the oven while still doing the whole thing all over again.
Yep. He was like
nuts.
He was like a robot. He did it. It was fun to watch him. It was fun to work with him.
He did have a weak point though.
What was that?
Which the engineer maybe can fill us in here.
The engineer's giggling on that one. Okay, David, what's the weak spot? What's the weak spot on that one? So hold on, we're passing the mic over.
The weak spot for Saul was no matter how many times you asked him for advice.
Yeah.
He gave you the worst advice.
Well, I get it.
You could ask him like, "Hey, Saul, like, can you give me like any tips?" And like, I'm like, I'm getting my license. Give me tips how to drive.
Yeah.
Just like, just run the red light. It was awful. The guy gave you the worst advice in the world.
Whatever he told you to do, like you should absolutely have done the opposite. And, like,
I did not know that my son actually asked Saul for advice, but that's phenomenal that he gave crappy advice.
Ongoing theme.
And every time we saw him, David would ask him, because we valued his opinion like as someone who was a hard worker and who was also older than us. We could look up to him as somebody who like, we respect Saul for who he is as a person.
Right.
And he has more life experience than we do. Like, let's see what his feeling is on this. And we're like, Saul, like, what should we do tonight? And he's like, just like go out and like break a window. We're like, all right, like, we're in 8th grade, we were kind of hoping to like go to a movie or like, play video games together and have like a pizza. Like, we don't want to commit like a crime or, like thrown in juvenile detention.
Let's go out and commit a felony.
Yeah,
we'll appreciate that.
Little Friday night fun.
Yeah, little Friday night fun.
But we asked Saul for advice every time we saw him, David and I, and we've been in that quite frequently. And
yeah, you guys were there a lot. So there we go. So you four, Juicebox Boy, David, and your brother were constantly behind the counter.
Yeah.
Constantly behind the counter. You really were. I mean, anytime we would go out during the summer, we'd go down there. Me and Angela would go in, and you four idiots were back there.
We were attempting to help, but I mean, there wasn't.
No,
we were more in the way.
You and David were always in the back with the pizzas, and Juicebox Boy and James were always behind the counter.
Yeah, exactly. At least we had like a delineation. That kind of
there was. So we always
up.
knew who was where, and if your father was there, it was a Donnybrook.
Yeah.
You guys were just running amok. If your mom was there, it was a little bit more organized. It was usually there because you guys were usually there because either Candy picked you guys up from somewhere, or or
half day of school,
and it would be like, okay, I'm going to take them to the store, come down, get them, or it was
and they were working the whole time.
They were. No, it wasn't like it wasn't like
literally on the job. Babysitting.
Yep. Yeah, because I always remember saying, I can't get out of work. Oh no, they'll be fine. Don't worry, but they'll be fine.
Yeah.
Let's let the kids run a 500-degree oven, but that's okay. They're fine.
Yeah.
They're fine.
And all sharp knives and slicers and
but
oil.
You guys never did anything stupid like that.
We were. I would have to say, like as much as things could have gone wrong,
it never did.
It never did. And we were very, very good.
What your father used to get aggravated about with Juicebox Boy and James did all the time. When you guys are supposed to get drinks, it was always supposed to be the little plastic white cups.
Because they number the other cups.
But James and Juicebox Boy would take the big cups with the numbers on them and use them. You and David, being the good boys that you were, used the correct cups. Your father would lose his shit every time.
In their defense, the small cups were like 8 ounces as opposed to like 20. Yeah. So when you're young and you see an 8-ounce cup of soda, you know what I mean, root beer, lemonade, whatever we had on from the fountain, as opposed to a 20-ounce one. Like obviously you're gonna go.
James would always pull it.
Size.
James would always pull it. You two, because they'd have lunch, they'd make them lunch, so they were waiting for lunch. They would get their drinks, and Frank would lose his shit all the time. James, that's the inventory cups.
I never knew fountain soda could just invoke so much rage in a person.
It was that he was not happy.
Carbonation water and syrup can really do a number on a man.
Pissed him off.
Yeah,
absolutely pissed him off. So I mean that's a perfect. I mean you guys were behind the counter a ton behind the counter. And
you know what's funny too? I was actually, and this is not meant to be like a stripper thing.
What?
Oh, we're going down this road.
I was on top of the counter, but this is when I was very, very, very young, in a rocker or a cradle situation. Mm-hmm. So literally my mother, I think it was 3 or 4 days after she had me, mm-hmm. she was back into work.
What?
And, there was no babysitter, so, I would go to work with her.
Yeah.
And literally, I'd be on top of the counter in my, little rocker or whatever. I'd be playing with, whatever toy was, or, attempting to sleep. And they'd all come in and oh, my God, this is your baby. So I feel like they all knew me because my mother worked, while she was pregnant with me. And then, seeing that come full circle, now this is Justin. We get to meet him.
Yeah.
Which was great. So... yeah, Luigi was kind of my babysitter in a way too.
It was all your kids' babysitter.
Yeah, I guess all of us. Yeah.
I mean, there was always times where it was a Friday or a Saturday night, and it was where are you going? They would walk down the street, and then they would go. You would be at Luigi's. Yeah, so it was crazy. Well, it's that time.
Not that time.
It's that time.
Shit.
It is. It's your favorite time of the show. we have to roll the dice. So we're gonna take a viewer's question, and as always, how we do that, we roll the dice. We pull. I think we need to get a little bit deeper into the dice, and I think that's gonna be.
Maybe we'll do that next.
Maybe we'll do the next episode. We'll get a little bit dice. So let's get our dice. Don't start crying.
Yeah, every time, every day.
Oh, fuck! I dropped my.
Is that a roll?
No.
Oh wow! What are you doing? It's a skull.
It rolled into the skull. The red is the skull. All right, ready? 1, 2, 3. Roll the dice. Ooh, that's
11.
That's a big number.
That would
11.
have been great at any casino gambling establishment in the Northeast.
If you'd like to sponsor, let us know.
Yes, please. Not one local to us though.
No.
Yeah, they suck.
Yeah, big time.
Awful.
Yeah,
The worst.
Let's not even talk about
What's
that.
you know what it is. I'm not gonna say it. You know what I mean? You
Don't
gotta
say the
violate
name.
everything.
Don't say the name. Can't say the name.
Can't say the name.
No.
Can't say the name.
Question number 11.
Yes.
Abigail Adams wants to know.
Oh, the famous
Abigail
Jeez.
Adams.
Real big fan.
Yeah.
Who is Abigail Adams?
I have no idea.
Please,
Some big
we're
fan.
not getting into history right now.
Oh, I think I need to. Anyways.
Oh, this is good.
Save that for our next ride when you hit the curb.
What's the wildest order you've ever received?
What's the wildest order you've ever received?
I think we should both answer this question.
Okay. All right.
You want to start?
The wildest order. So I'm going to say the wildest order I've ever delivered. My God. I mean.
First Lady of the United States.
So we can skip the history lesson.
That's Abigail
She's got it.
Adams.
Okay. Thank
That's
you.
impressive. So she's
That was
going
very
from
good.
the White House to our comment section.
So,
Thank you, Abigail.
So the tough thing for me when I was working the front counter was answering those phones. I give them a million credit with those phones.
But what was the biggest issue with the phone, though?
Well, first of all, the phones that you still have at Luigi's right now are from 1970.
They're probably from Abigail Adams' time as First Lady.
Yes, I think actually the person who created the phones, help me out here, who's Albert?
Graham Bell.
Graham Bell. I think it was his prototype that's still in Luigi's
I
right
think
now.
so, yeah.
So you pick up so there's two phones that ring, and you pick it up. Luigi's pick up a delivery. Please hold. Luigi's pick up a delivery. Please hold. Can I help you? Okay, hold on. And you literally like.
What about when you would tell them to please hold it and they would agree, saying, "Oh, okay," and then you would put it down for 1 second just to do something,
And they
then
hang
all
up
be
and call
gone.
back.
But then call back and says, "Oh, why would you hang up on me?"
Yeah, they hang
I
up and
think
call
it's your
back.
phones.
Is that what it is?
I think so.
Why? They're from
Because
1970.
It's
They're
happened
fine.
To me. It's happened to me before.
1970 is very.
They're
generous.
They're still very good phones. I mean, come on.
It's happened to me.
You mean 1790? Let's get that straight. That's not even need a fact check for that either.
So I'm going to start a little controversy because I remember this from one of your videos that people are going to say this is a weird order, but I'm going to defend it because I love this. Pineapple on a pizza.
See,
I love.
I kind of like it too.
I love your Hawaiian pizza, which is ham
You don't like it?
and pineapple.
I hate when people order Hawaiian pizza.
Oh, they're
Why is
my
that?
favorite.
It's disgusting.
Well, that's
Have you tried it?
not sugarcoating it.
Have you ever tried it?
Not ham, but pineapple.
Do you like ham? Are you a fan of ham or no?
Like, yeah, but like not really. I don't
It's
know.
not for everybody. I do like weird things, but
I don't think that's weird. I think that's like mainstream now.
I know. I remember a video you did about pineapple on a
Yeah.
pizza, and there's a controversy. There's people who hate it.
People get like really
They
upset.
get
about
like
it too.
upset. But me personally,
Yeah.
I'm on the side. I love it.
I'm fuming.
Nope.
I hate it.
Love
I
it.
can't believe that.
I hate it.
Absolutely love it.
I think that's like one of the most unique toppings because like you don't have another fruit that could kind of I don't know. Tomatoes are fruit, right?
I have
fact
no
check.
idea. You're from Yale. You're asking me.
I think it is.
I have a high school
Yeah, I'm not a,
education.
Food
Christ.
science major.
No, political
I'm
science.
pretty sure
that
it's,
helps you out.
Yeah, seriously.
It's a fruit.
Okay, so
Okay, so you're right.
I think that the type of fruit that a pineapple is, in the sense that it's like very acidic, it's very sweet.
Yeah.
It's the ones we use are canned, but they're canned in their own natural juice.
Okay.
So
okay.
it's like you have that flavor from that. That cuts through the tanginess and the spiciness of the sauce.
Yep.
The fat of
Yep.
the cheese. And I'm telling you, it comes out really, really good. I think it milds
so
out
good.
of the oven. And if you pair that with like the ham, like
Uh-huh.
a savory ham, or
Yep.
like a hot pepper or a jalapeno, like you get a really good combination.
You do. That's
So-
really. I really. That's one
She's
of
giving me
my.
the side eye.
She is. No, she's gonna kill
She's
us.
not gonna.
I think she's
show
gonna
us
stab me in the eye
Sunday
with the iPad pen.
Yeah, she's definitely calling.
Apple's
out
not a
for
sponsor,
sure.
but if you'd like to let us know. But
So you guys keep talking about how much you like this.
yeah.
What's the weirdest thing you've ever had ordered? I
I'll
have
let you-
one if you guys
yeah.
need time to think.
I think I'm gonna go with mine because people think that's weird. So
They
I'm
do.
thinking it's weird.
It's very
so that was
split.
mine.
It's like
It is.
I would say it's like 50-50. People either
yeah.
love it or they hate it. There's no
Correct.
like in between.
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm gonna go with that one. What's
All
your
right,
weird one?
mine was, and I'm gonna preface this saying that people will ask on the phone. They're like, "Can you do this for me?" And I will say no. And it's
Yeah.
not to like combat you.
Mhm.
It's more of like a protection because I've done this before. There's a reason why I'm saying no, and it's like really, really bad. Like this will not come out good. Like you will be pissed at your food experience. You will open the box and say, "Why the hell did I order this? I don't want this."
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I had a guy call, and it was very, very late at night, and he wanted a buffalo chicken calzone. I'm like, "Oh, that's like
That's easy.
very easy. Yeah,
Yeah,
we,
that's
we
easy.
make a ton of those a day." So I'm like, "This is just like a routine order." He goes, "But can I add something in the calzone?" And I'm like, "Oh yeah, like definitely. Like, what do you want?" Like I've seen people do like onions. I've seen people do like different kinds of cheese.
Okay.
This guy wanted tomatoes, which wasn't like too weird.
Yeah.
He wanted blue cheese in it, which was like.
All right. All right. It's getting
bordering.
weird now.
Yep.
It's getting borderline now.
And then he wanted the cherry on top, lettuce. And I told him straight up, I
I don't
cannot
know.
do that.
I don't know.
No, I'm
Really?
telling you, it's. Have you ever had like a warm salad, or like have you ever like, just think like, you put your next salad in the microwave for like 30 seconds.
But hold on. I have had a Big Mac pizza that has lettuce on it.
They shred it at the end. They put it on top. But this
Oh.
is
That's what it is.
inside of a calzone.
And the calzone, it's like all or
I'm an
nothing.
idiot.
You can't. No, you're not an
It's
idiot.
cooked in the.
Okay.
You can't like open
okay.
it halfway, like, oh, let
Right.
me add this. It's like sealed, unless you seal
Okay.
it correctly and the thing explodes.
So no, that tastes like shit.
And well, I try to tell him, I'm like, this is gonna be awful. Like not only will like the lettuce like wilt and be gross, but like the mayonnaise-based sauce is going to like spoil.
Separate.
Oh yeah, and it's in there like,
dude.
and he wanted it well done. And I'm like, this is gonna be really bad. He goes, no, I've ordered it before. I liked it. I'm like, I'm gonna let you know now because if this was close to like midnight.
Yep.
I go, I cannot make you anything else. We're close to closing. So if you order it, you're gonna own it. Like that's it.
Yeah.
So he's like, nope, I've had it. I like it. I really like your food. This is something I've always had. I'm gonna do it. So probably made it for him. Delivered it to him. He
Yeah.
called, I don't know, maybe a half hour later. He goes, dude, that was absolutely disgusting. And I'm like, what do you think I told you on the phone for? Like, he thought I was like trying to like steer him wrong. I'm like, no, like I know this stuff. I know how this is not going to end well for either one of us. Let's not go down this road. Let's keep it simple.
That's amazing.
Yeah, that was the one. I don't know if he still calls. And he was mad at me for saying like, I can't believe like you would not like want me order like what I want. And we're very lenient. I think we let like a lot of things go. I want people to come in there and like if they like a certain flavor,
Yep.
like let's get it done for them. But if I'm talking you down from that, there's a reason why, and it's
That's
now they open the box just like, oh, what the fuck.
Well, thank you very much for that question.
That was
The
great.
person's name again
Do you
was?
want to give Abigail your worst order taken?
Yeah,
'Cause I
that's-
feel
Oh,
like
I mean, mine's not as good as that.
oh
But
Well, then we thank Abigail for her question. That was a phenomenal question.
yeah, definitely.
Appreciate
I'll
it.
still tell you though.
Oh, go for it.
All right.
Go for it.
Wow, you're right. This is a rough episode for you, Scott.
Yeah, no, I'm getting my balls kicked right
Jeez.
now. I am getting my balls kicked by her. She's pissed, and I understand. I apologize.
There might be a Johnny Depp at the wedding.
I thought I'm not even sure I'm still going to the wedding. I'm not even. I may be out of the picture.
We'll send you a postcard.
Well, it's fine. I mean, that'd be nice. Yeah, I mean, that'd be nice. I mean, I gotta watch a juice box, but we almost heard your voice. Shut up, please. My favorite daughter-in-law.
You're only talking.
So far,
She picked up on that one too.
Pickles on a chicken parm sub.
I'm gonna defend that.
I have a very good friend.
Do you want to know? Go ahead, finish this.
Shout
Go ahead,
out
finish it.
Anthony, who I don't know if he'll listen to this, but he's a fan of the show too.
You better listen to it.
He has always ordered that.
That's so so weird.
As long as he's been a defender of that.
I bet you he's the one who called an order.
I think it was him because he calls all the time.
Yeah.
The tall dude, brown hair.
Do you know what I get?
No,
I don't know.
not ringing a bell.
Do you want to know what I order?
What?
Pickles on a meatball sub.
Weird.
Okay, yeah, this podcast is over.
So good.
I'll
good.
I'll see you guys.
Let that- On that note, I want to thank you very much for coming. Appreciate you. Justin from Survivor has left me because he doesn't like pickles on a meatball sub. Very good. Think about it. And I'll see you same time next week. Same time next week. Thank you very much.